February 20th, 2020 Town Board meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have with us today our county legislator, Lori Tuttle, who said she'd like to say a few words, so go right ahead, Lori.
So you should use microphone, podium, you gotta turn it on.
Green light will come on, home run.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, so I just wanted to let you know, you should be receiving notification. In our January meeting, we voted to disperse additional sales tax to the municipalities, and the town of Woodbury will be receiving $24,260.36. I know you share that with the village, and it's a 50-50 split, so just wanted to let you know that that's coming down the pike. We are currently working on plans with the sewer plant and the infrastructure. We've talked and voted on the study for the longevity plans to happen, which you, Fred, have been there with the new headworks, and then we're still talking about which way to go with expansion on that. If anybody ever has any questions on it, please don't hesitate to ask me, shoot me an email, text, call me, whatever. I'm more than happy to either give you the answer if I know it or see if I can find out for you. So, does anyone have any questions on that right now?
I'd just like to say thank you for coming. I saw legislator Michael Amo over the weekend, and I'm going to convey to you what I conveyed to him concerning the sewers. And there was a moratorium. Each town, any development that wanted to develop land, required to have their own sewer plant. And I think that with the condition of the sewer plant now in Harriman, with only 400,000 gallons left, which is a drop in the bucket.
A little more than that, yeah.
But around there.
Yeah.
I really think, and I would like to see you as our county legislator to start bringing up a proposal similar to that. That if you're going to build a development that's got more than 50 homes or so, you should be building a sewer plant.
Well, that would fall on the municipalities and their planning boards. We can't regulate that right now. That's home rule, that's you. That's the town board that you would put the moratorium on. I know that there's, over in Harriman, and also part of it is in Woodbury for the Transit-Oriented Village.
They're building their own plant.
They're building their own plant, correct.
Yes.
So, I know that, as far as I've understood, because I've asked about that falls on the town and the planning boards to call for that.
Okay, no, I appreciate that. Maybe we'll send that message over to the village that, well, it's not a problem so much in Woodbury, but it is a
Right.
problem in Monroe and Palm Tree. That, what I'm trying to basically say is that you don't allow any more sewer permits to go into that plant, which would basically then force them to come up with an alternative plan. So it's just something I'm asking
Yeah,
to bring.
I'll
I
definitely bring
appreciate
it to the lawyers and see what they say. I don't know what the legality is of that, but I will definitely bring it to the lawyers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome, my pleasure.
Anybody else have any questions for her? Thank you. Oh, John?
Yes, we have all of these meetings and everything with Amo and then whoever, Benelli, I guess, and so forth like that. But you never mention how you're going to meter all of the wastewater that comes out of KJ and the surrounding area up there. Right now, I understand that they're not metered at all, but all of the other towns that contribute to Orange County #1 are metered. Some, okay, I was told that they are off, but if they're not, then they should be. And basically that leads to, if there's any expansion or anything, we don't mind paying our fair share, but we don't believe that our neighbors to the west will be paying their fair share. They're gonna try and skirt it somehow, whatever. So what are you gonna do about that? I mean, I've been to a couple of meetings, and nobody seems to want to address it.
Oh, no. I have, at every single meeting since I have been on the legislature, I have addressed it was what we were discussing before, 2015 or 16 was when the meter plan came about and was supposed to be put into place. This is 2020. Now, I was promised last year, in I believe September, at our September meeting, somewhere in the early fall, that it was going out to bid for the meters, and the meters would be taken care of finally. Come to find out at our meeting this past month that the bids came in too high, they were not constructive, it wasn't right, they're gonna rewrite the bid and send it back out again. And I was extremely irate, to say the least, that first off, as it's been a predominant question in every one of the sewer district committee meetings, the special committee meetings, and then also a question that I have asked repetitively of the DPW and the commissioner there, that they didn't notify us that this bid came back too high, and that there's again another delay. So it is definitely something I have been literally on my bully pulpit about, and I will continue to be on it. They promised us that the bid was gonna go out again in 4 weeks, and that they would give a 4-week turnaround. So it's another 2-month delay, and that's just on getting the bid approved, not to say the word. There's also an issue with a screen somewhere up in the upper pipelines that we can't repair because it's not part of our pipe, it's part of the KJ pipe, and we've gotta get them to fix that, and we've been trying to get them to fix that. So I am very, very closely monitoring this, and I constantly keep putting the pressure on to get this done. And I literally went off the deep end at the meeting, and I yelled at the DPW, and I'm like, you cannot tell me that you came back with this and didn't notify us.
I will say on Lori's legislative details part that she did question it at the last meeting. She was infuriated because pretty much so, it really is mostly the KJ where they didn't have it. And when she questioned how much the bids were, they had no idea, which is even worse. I give her, kudos for opening up her mouth to them. In fact, Langdon got mad at her for saying it, but she was 100% correct that, you know what? Tell us what the bids were. We don't know how much it was over. For all I know, it could have been $10 too much, you know what I mean? So, you know what, it's overbid, we can't do it. And that was wrong. And to delay it that long was even worse. So I give you the credit for speaking up for our community. So she did.
Now, is that a county problem, or is that gonna be another home rule problem,
No.
problem?
No, that's the county.
The metering is a county problem. It is something that the county discussed and approved. I'd have to go back to look, but I know it was many years ago way before I was on the legislature. I believe it was still when Roxanne was still on the legislature. I don't have the exact date, I'd have to try and find that out. Greg, you might have some background on that too. But it was delayed for this reason, it was delayed for that reason. There's constantly been a bunch of, as far as I'm concerned, very lame reasons for the delay. And then this last one, especially when they know, and I have on record every meeting that we've had asking about these meters, for them to tell us, oh, well, it was overbid, and not have informed the committee at all, and the legislative body at all, was really infuriating and disrespectful to us and to the constituents that we serve.
Well, when do you start some sort of litigation to make sure that they come forward?
I don't know that I can sue the legislative body when I'm a member of the legislative
No,
body.
not the legislative body, I mean the county,
Well,
must enforce them or tell them to provide those facts and figures that we need, or that the county needs.
We have
I think you
the
requested them
reports.
for the next meeting.
We did request them for the next meeting, and we also get quarterly reports, the flow meters that are in place, reports, and what happens over, of course, of storms and so on and so forth. The communities that are in the sewer district can all pass resolutions stating that this information should be made readily available without us having to go after it and any delays.
I will say that after that meeting, I got together with Blooming Grove, and Monroe, and Harriman, and we're gonna look to form a coalition of governments, of the people that are in the movement, and try to do what we have to do to start determining our own fate. Thank you, Laurie.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Thank you, Anna, for coming. You're welcome.
Okay, John, did you want to say anything?
I typed her name and everything.
You walked out the door.
Willa Friday left.
I know, I was like, okay.
I thought Willa was
No,
gonna
I
say
guess
You
that.
walked out the door.
I typed her name and everything.
Oh,
Did she
okay.
have her glasses on? She couldn't.
No, you have to go.
John, you gonna speak tonight?
I am not gonna speak.
You're not gonna speak. Okay.
No, you answered all my questions.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so
We're good back here.
further ado, we'll move on to the town board meeting. Administrative business, I need a motion and a second to accept the minutes of 2/6/2020.
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We need approval, I need a motion and a second to approve abstract number 3. Desiree, please.
Abstract number 3 contains vouchers 200237 through 200311 and totals $307,748.82.
Thank you. I need a motion and a second, please.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you. And the approval, I need budget modifications. Desiree, please.
You say that like you're so excited to talk for the next 20 hours. Okay, the first is for the police fund by decreasing. Oh, they're both towards the 2019 budget. So for the police fund, decreasing B 3020.100 dispatcher personnel service by $7,138. Increasing B 3120.100 police personnel service by $6,926. B 1980.400 payment of MTA payroll tax by $212. Decreasing B 9060.800 health insurance by $11,029.39. Increasing B 3120.204 mobile data terminals by $62. B 3120.401 telephone by $1,328. B 3120.421 labor attorney employee matters by $2,758. B 3120.423 ammo range equipment by $3,080. B 3120.453 vehicle repairs by $2,400. B 3120.454 vehicle gas by $821. B 3120.465 hardware maintenance by $70. B 3120.474 medical supplies by 39 cents. B 3120.487 radar stalker by $510. And for the general fund, also the 2019 budget, increasing A 1113 tax on hotel room occupancy by $23,000. A 2401 interest earnings by $25,000. A 3005 mortgage tax by $10,000. A 1420.400 attorney by $50,000.
58,000.
Increase, you don't want me to start over.
No.
A 1010.453 ambulance gas by $4. Decreasing A 1010.400 contractual expense by $4. Increasing A 1620.409 plumbing by $65. A 1620.428 HVAC by $404. A 1620.445 community center by $257. A 1620.447 renovations to court and new town hall by $1,002. A 1620.448 miscellaneous by $137. Decreasing A 1620.410 building materials by $1,865. Increasing A 3510.402 electricity by $381. A 3510.404 water bills by $100. A 3510.453 gas, oil, and repairs by $25. Decreasing A 3510.416 uniforms by $506. Increasing A 7110.402 electricity by $2,329. A 7110.421 Park celebrations by $257, decreasing A7110.463 chemicals by $2,586, increasing A7620.403 heating oil gas by $215, decreasing A7620.402 electricity by $215.
Thank you.
Okay, I need a motion and a second.
I knew you were gonna say that, and you're new, so you get one back.
I need a motion and a second, please.
I'll second.
Okay, just before we vote on it, just to let everybody know, this is the end of the year, and at, usually at this time of year, Eileen will go through the budget and make any corrections, meaning she evens everything out, so everything balances. So that's why it was so long, and it's all in the 2019 budget. So with that, I need a vote. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Okay, supervisor's report. One more time, Desiree.
Why I got this. For January 2020, supervisor's report has receipts totaling $10,303,865.29, and disbursements totaling $832,642.97.
I need a motion and a second.
With that motion.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I would just like to mention, I know that we took in $10 million, $10,303,865. Last year, I started moving our monies around to the highest interest in our banks. And this year, rather than waiting, we started from the very beginning, and we have a very large sum of approximately $14 million sitting in the bank making a lot of money for us. And we've been averaging over $14,000 a month in interest, and that's all free money. So we're working for you, keep working, so you don't have to work as much on your taxes. So I'm very happy and very proud of that distinction. Okay, we have the town clerk's report for January 2020, the buildings and grounds for January 2020, the ACO report for 2020. Each one is for the month of January, by the way. Police and communications report for January 2020. Beautification committee, February 6, 2020 minutes. The library's January 28, 2020 minutes. The Parks and Recreation, January 21st, 2020 minutes. And the budget versus actual for January. Okay, that's it for the meeting, so now we're going to town board, councilman's comments. Mr. Burke, Councilman Burke.
I'll be quick. This past weekend, I attended my first annual Association of Towns meeting and trainings down in Manhattan. I want to personally thank Desiree for setting it up. This is my first time, so thanks for the time that you put in. I did attend a number of sessions, and it was very good. It was educational. I appreciate it. I was with Jackie and Frank and Tyler, and it was well worth it. So thank you very much. I attended a library meeting, and the library board they presented to me with a list of items that they want to push for the next coming spring season. So I'm going to be discussing it with the board. I thought it was well done. I commented on that, and so we'll be discussing that. And also recently the Parks Department had a meeting, and we were there, and there were a lot of items discussed also for the upcoming spring. And I just wanted to say that both departments are doing a great job, and I look forward to working with them and continue like that. So with that said, that's it.
Councilwoman Hernandez.
Yeah, I actually want to thank everyone that attended the Association of Towns, and thank you, Desiree, as always, for organizing everything. No comment?
I also attended Association of Towns and went to a number of sessions and found it very good to be on budget or on reserves. And thanks, Desiree, for arranging it.
Councilman Hunter?
No comments.
Desiree? Town clerk, Desiree? You're welcome.
Notice you didn't say last name.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
The Woodbury Lions Club has a program that they started where they are collecting soft, flexible plastic that's clean and dry. They have collection bins at my office here at Town Hall, the Village Hall, the Senior Center. I believe there's one down at Aldi's, and they're gonna have them throughout the town. What they're collecting them for is if we collect 500 pounds of this soft, flexible plastics, we will, Trex, the company that makes the really nice decking, I believe it is, will donate a bench to the town for every 500 pounds we collect. And Kohl's has offered to ship the plastic to Trex for the Lions Club at no cost.
Nice.
So it has to be clean, it has to be the flexible kind, not the solo cups or the water or soda cans. It can be dry cleaning bags, it can be the plastic bags that we're no longer allowed to get from ShopRite and Stop and Shop next month. It could be the bags that your newspaper comes in, dry cleaning bags, did I say that? The sandwich bags when you get cold cuts at the deli, as long as it's clean. The liners and cereal boxes, any type of plastic, the ones that wrap around the big bottles of water that you get, shrink wraps, those kind of things. So anybody who has that kind of stuff, you can either drop it off at those locations. There may be more coming. The Facebook page from the Lions Club will be active about it, or you can call my office and I can tell you where the bins are. And I think that's it. There's nothing chamber-wise, right?
No, there's a meeting on Tuesday.
There's a chamber meeting on Tuesday at 8 a.m. at the Woodbury Diner. If any business would like to attend, if you're not a member, please join. Chamber just redid their website, so check that out. That's all.
Okay, Joey?
Oh boy. I just got one thing, you're all invited next Friday to our movie night, okay? It's gonna be our first movie night with our new surround sound. Instead of pizza, we're gonna do hamburgers and hot dogs. So this way, we're gonna throw that out tomorrow. Since it's our first big one, it's awesome sounding. I was up there yesterday, and you guys, please come up and kind of see what it's all about. But you'll be really impressed, believe me. So, and the park is starting to roll. We're starting to get things together, calling up bands and vendors and this and that. So again, little by little, we're gonna start rolling as soon as the weather's gonna break in March. So we'll probably start people coming in for passes. So again, we're gonna start gearing up for the summer season. So that's all. Thanks.
Joey, what time is movie night?
Oh, 6 o'clock. Sorry, 6 o'clock.
At the rec center.
At the rec center, yes.
And what time is the second show?
There's no second.
You're gonna be turning people away with the big screen and surround sound. Once
You
the
know,
word gets out, but,
it is
okay,
what it's gonna be, you know. So
you got it. First come, first served.
That's it.
Chief? Okay. With that, I will state that, yes, I was at the Association of
That's
Towns.
right.
It's always a good time to meet many of the members in this county. I got to speak with several county legislators as well as county employees to get things done. God bless you, in the town of Woodbury. It's always a great event. It's a good time for people to really mix, and I'm very happy that our two new members did come down. It was a good experience for them. Other than that, I will ask for a motion to close.
Make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Have a safe week.